Hey, you. Yes, you. Welcome to Pillow Talk, where late night thoughts meet grown-up conversations. I'm DestinyShanee, your favorite bestie with the mic, serving real talk on love, sex, and all the confusing, messy-ish in between the sheets. Around here, we talk spicy and heal loudly. We don't fake the vibe, and we damn sure don't fake the orgasms. So curl up with your favorite tomorrow tea, close your eyes, and just listen to the sound of my voice. What's up, sexies and lovers? Welcome back to another episode of Pillow Talk. Of course, it's me, your bestie with the mic, DestinyShanee. And tonight we're talking about something I know a lot of us struggle with. Well, I know I struggle with this. Balancing family, friends, and personal growth. So thank you for joining us on today's Pillow Talk podcast. Pulled in every direction. Balancing family, friends, and finding yourself. But before we dive into that, let's start with an opening question. I want you to think about this. I want you to close your eyes. Are you currently living for yourself or for everybody else? Hopefully by the end of this episode, my hope, my prayer is that your answer feels a little clearer and you know where to start going or what direction you should start going in, okay? Alrighty, guys, so trying to keep up with family, trying to keep your family happy, show up for your friends, and focus on your own growth, it can feel like you're being stretched in every direction. I know for me, it does, because I have a W-2. I am building an empire, and of course, I still have my family. You know, like 1 minute, my mom is calling because I haven't seen her in weeks. Or maybe my babies need something extra. And yes, it doesn't matter if your babies are 5 or 15 or 25 or 30. You guys know that that's a growth, you guys. That's a relationship that should be growing and always evolving. So of course you got the family. Then you got your best friend over here mad because you didn't come to her brunch that she had. And on top of that, you guys are trying to meditate, journal, hit the gym, get healthy, cook, work out, maybe food prep, and even like myself, building an empire. Well, tonight we're going to unpack all that. We're going to set boundaries without guilt. We're going to ask ourselves why personal growth sometimes mean losing people along the way, and how to stop feeling like constantly falling short or apart, right? Like, how many times in your life should you fall apart? I don't think that's a daily thing. Just know, I do not think falling apart is a daily thing. It shouldn't be a daily thing. So that's what we're jumping into. But let's dive into this. Like I said before, even though my babies are grown, they are still in my house. Well, half of them are anyway. So how do you set boundaries without guilt? Setting them sounds like super simple to me. But when it comes to family, close friends, partners, it can feel like you're choosing violence, because that's what it feels like. When I have to set a boundary with my adult child, it feels like I have to choose violence in order to get them to understand. Even with my partner, it's like, okay, look, listen here. And my favorite line is, I'm going to punch you in your throat if you do not listen to me. So sometimes when I say that, they know I mean business. But at the same time, why do I have to say that, right? Why can't I just say, hey, these are the boundaries, so you have to follow? I don't know what's so hard about people listening and setting rules and following rules. But this is the thing that nobody tells you. Boundaries aren't about controlling other people. Did y'all hear that? Boundaries aren't about controlling you. It's about protecting your peace. So when I set a boundary, it has nothing to do with controlling you. And that's what I don't think my oldest adult child gets. She thinks boundaries are for control. And that's another subject, y'all. Oh my goodness. You guys have to tune into this society podcast talk. Man, because I have been saying this for the last couple of weeks. Society is really messing you guys up. Society is making you guys think you're entitled when you're not. Society is making you women feel, again, you know what? The word is entitled for everybody, whether it's women, whether it's men, whether it's these children out here in their 20s, or whether it's even the children out here in their 30s. Entitled. Society has got y'all feeling like y'all don't have to listen to anybody. But again, that's a different podcast. So let's get back to this. Boundaries, setting boundaries is about controlling my peace. I'm setting boundaries for myself. So I have the same boundaries for everybody. A little bit about myself. I go to bed so very early, okay? Maybe not Sundays, but Monday through Thursday, Monday through Wednesday, I go to bed 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, because I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to be at work at 6. So I have an hour's travel. I have to get up and get dressed. So people don't realize that takes a lot out of you when you're up early, dealing with nonsense, and then coming home and dealing with your family, and then coming home and building your empire. So there's so much to it, guys, that I do in a day. Let me explain to you what my day is. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get to work by 6 o'clock. I get off at 2:30. I get home by 3:30. 3:30 to maybe 4. I just chill. I just let my mind breathe. I take my clothes off. I actually am putting on clothes because now it's time for me to work out. I don't go to the gym because I notice that wastes time and money. So I did build my own gym at the house. So I have my own gym here. So from like 4 to 5, I'm working out. 5 to 6, I'm preparing meals, taking a shower, possibly even having a meeting, depending on the day. At 7, I sit down, I turn everything off, meaning meeting, business, all the business stuff, and I have a nice dinner and I watch guilt-free TV. Guilt-free TV could be a reality show, but whatever it is, I watch an 8-hour show to just end my day. And then, of course, I do some things for me before I get into bed personally to really bring a close to my day. I definitely thank my man up above me. So again, that's what my typical day is. And don't throw in the meetings after work. We're talking about after my W-2. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that. So let's get into this. When you don't set boundaries, you start to resent the people you love, and that resentment can ruin relationships faster than honesty ever will. So I'm giving you 3 quick tips for setting boundaries without guilt. Be clear, not cold. Like I just said earlier, if you wait too long, you become cold. Take accountability for your life right this second. Be clear, not cold. You don't have to over-explain. Just say, I can't make it this weekend. I need time to recharge. Is enough. I used to give explanations. Now I don't. Now I actually just say no. And I don't give explanations, or I say no, I'm not going to be able to make it. Stop apologizing for taking care of yourself. No is a full sentence. I told y'all, I say no, and that's it. Your mental, emotional, and physical energy matters. And when we start taking care of our mental, emotional, and physical energy without broadcasting it, number one, and taking it seriously, then I think this world would be a better place. The problem is everybody wants to broadcast it. Everybody has... You taking care of your mental, emotional, and physical energy looks different than other people. Some people want to run in the dirt, put flowers in their hair, and not bathe. That is perfectly fine. There is others that meditate, go to the gym, that pray. There's so many different ways that taking care of your mental, emotional, and physical energy looks like, find something that works for you. Stop apologizing for taking care of yourself. And lastly, expect resistance, but stay consistent. Everybody's going to test your boundaries at first. You guys did that. Why are you so different than them when you were a child, right now at your W-2, right now when you even work for yourself? You even test your own boundaries. You test other boundaries. Especially if you've been a yes person. If you're always a yes person like me, I have smiled and people can, and I'm not going to say talk about me, but you know how people like to rank on each other. People do that, and I just smile and I go about my business because I know me. I'm a little bit meaner than people. Growing up in New York, going to Compton every other weekend, every summer, because that's where your family is from. It's different, it hits different. So I'm a well-rounded traveler. I lived with the white people, but every summer, I did not lose who I was or where I came from. And I was able to find out more and more about that the older I got. So expect resistance, but stay consistent. It's your boundaries. It's your life. It's your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Protect it. Think of your boundaries like a password. You wouldn't give it to everybody, so stop giving everyone full access to your peace, yourself, your belongings. Be selfish. They're yours. If you're not going to let somebody wear your panties, don't let them wear your feelings. All right, so personal growth and losing people. That's a touchy subject, and I think a lot of people they don't go through personal growth because they don't want to lose people. So since they don't want to lose people and they want the same people around them, then they don't go through personal growth. I understand people come in your life for reasons and seasons, and sometimes those people come back in your life because both of you guys had to personally grow. I have had people come back into my life because they have personally grown. I've also had people not be in my life that if I told you guys that, you guys would be completely and utterly shocked that these people are not in my life. Excuse that. So let's get into the real about growth. Nobody ever warns you that when you start healing, evolving, and chasing better, first of all, that's called leveling up. So let's just go there for those that know the term leveling up. When you start doing this, some people just can't come with you. At least not until they grow. I'm not saying leave these people behind forever, because there are some people that I've left behind forever. And I'm not going to lie, I miss the camaraderie. But they just don't fit who I am today. They're either, what is that called? They're either needy because they're always in my face about them. They're never in my face about me. I've had some people like that. I've had some people that want you to stay where you are so you can look bad and they can look better than you by doing nothing. Sometimes when you elevate, the people around you have to elevate. So why would I encourage you to elevate? Because I would have to elevate, right? You guys have to look at everything. Some people say I look at too much stuff. Some people say I'm always focused on some of the wrong things. That's not what I'm focused on. What I'm focused on is when I tell somebody about something growth, my plans, or something that will benefit me, and the first thing you say to me is a negative, you guys got to start listening to that and looking at that. That can come from your mom all the way down to your best friend, to your coworker, to your boss. If you say to them, oh man, I really want to do this, blah, 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 and the first thing out of their mouth is, girl, you can't do that, or boy, please, or man, here you go with your dreams. Maybe those people are not meant to be around you anymore while you're leveling up. Maybe you're the one that talks so much about doing something, and you never do it anyway, so they're used to that. Sometimes it's family who wants you to stay the same. Friends who only knew the old version of you. And sometimes it can be your partner who fell in love with who you are, not who you were becoming or your potential. And I know in one of my podcasts, we talked about falling in love with potential. This is different. This is, I fell in love with this person. We are married to this person. And I know the potential that this person is going to be. And that's what I'm loving. Or it's just like I said earlier. I like who you are right now. Don't change, don't move, don't go anywhere. I want this person and this person only. I think I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. Family or friends are the worst. Here's the hard truth. Growth requires grieving. You grieve the friendships that fade, the friendships that you've lost. You grieve people when they pass on from this planet, right? You should also grieve the routines that no longer serve you, the identity that you used to wear, the friendships that need to go away for a while or forever. But in that grieving process, you're making space, right? So make space for new people, new routines, new opportunities, new attitude. Make space for a stronger version of you. Hey, listen, we all been there. We all know we got that one friend that we love so much because they've been through so much with us, because they know our secrets. If you're holding on to a relationship out of guilt or history, remember this. Not everyone is meant to sit at the table of your next chapter. I know you've heard that before. Not everybody is meant to sit at the table that you eat from. Not everybody is meant to go to the top with you. You are growing. The people around you should have growth as well. They should be developing themselves as well. If they are refusing to grow, change, develop, then you must leave them behind. I want you to take a second and I want you to ask yourself, grab a pen and paper. I'll wait. Just grab a pen and a paper. Doesn't matter if it's scratched. Doesn't matter if it's back of a receipt, back of a napkin. I want you to just grab a writing utensil and some paper. You got it? Okay. I'm asking you 2 questions and I want you to write that down. Who am I holding on to that no longer supports where I'm going? Write down that name and then ask yourself why. The second question, what am I holding on to that no longer supports where I'm going? Write that down too and ask yourself why. Okay. So all this seriousness, we're going to break this down. We're going to give it a rest, and we're going to throw in and come to our favorite time of the night, your favorite time of the night, my favorite time of the night, Pillow Talk Confessions. Let's get into it. Guess what? Tonight I have, I think 4 confessions. Yeah, I have 4 confessions tonight. It was pretty deep. I wanted to make sure I got these 4 on here, and you guys are going to see why. Also, stay tuned because we have a new segment that I'm trying out. So stay tuned. But the Pillow Talk confession, the first one. I lied to my mom and I told her I was working late, but really I just didn't want to go to Sunday dinner. I needed a day for me, but the guilt is eating me up. Okay, so listen to this. If you are one of those ones that the guilt is eating you up, then don't lie. Just be honest. Remember, be honest, not cold. Be truthful, not cold. Be direct, but not cold. And what did that say? I'm trying to remember. Oh, clear. Be clear, not cold. So you should have just told your mom, I won't be able to make this Sunday's dinners because I need a day for me. Self-care is not selfish and you shouldn't be feeling guilty. But what you're feeling guilty about is the lie you told. You're not feeling guilty about the self-care. Just know that. You're feeling guilty about the lie you told. So, should you have a self-care day? I think people should have a self-care day once a week, even if it's just a half a day, even if it's just the morning. I think somebody should have a self-care check-in every week. Before you start your week on Sunday, I normally do a self-care check-in. I normally just talk to God in my space. I get my clothes ready for the week. I do quite a few things to get my week started off right. So try that. Confession number 2. Okay, my best friend stopped talking to me because I missed her birthday trip. I stayed home because I wanted to put that money toward my savings, but now she says I choose myself over her. I'm so probably the wrong person to ask, because if you have a goal in mind, it doesn't matter who it is. You're supposed to stick to your goal. Choosing yourself shouldn't cost you a friendship. But we'll talk about how to navigate those conversations a little bit later. Because to me, she wasn't a good friend to you. He wasn't a good friend to you because of the simple fact that they knew that you were saving for a specific thing. Like this year I'm saving for my house. I can't do any extracurricular activities, and it's okay with me. It's not okay with a couple of people, but it's okay with me. So as long as it was okay with you, you should not feel guilty. You should not think about what your supposed to be best friend is saying, because if it was your best friend and she really wanted you there, she would have asked to pay half. I know it's her birthday, and I know that may sound crazy, but if you're the best friend out there mad that your best friend didn't come, then maybe you need to redo your priorities. They're leveling up while you're sitting here trying to still go on birthday trips. So come on now. What are we doing here? Right? Okay, confession number 3. I started therapy, but haven't told my family because I know they'll judge me for wasting money. So I sneak out like I'm having an affair with my therapist. Whew, okay. You know what? I'm going to applaud you, confession number 3, because not everybody needs to know your business, whether it's family or not. It doesn't matter. And let's just be honest and be real. Family is the first ones to be so judgmental, and they're the worst. Therapy is self-love. Do you hear me? Nobody is judging your growth can sit at your table. I'm sorry, I said that wrong, right? Whomever is judging your growth cannot sit at your table. Nobody should be judging your growth. So, therapy confession, who's ever judging your growth doesn't deserve to sit at your table. And you need to tell them that. But again, kudos to you for going to therapy. And who cares if you don't tell anybody? Kudos to you. Okay, confession number 4. This is our last confession. My partner says I've changed since I started focusing on personal development. But isn't that the whole point? Now I feel guilty for outgrowing the relationship. I've outgrown some relationships. I have outgrown a partner in a relationship, and it's not a good feeling. It's not. Me outgrowing that partner caused the demise of my relationship. So you have to be strong. Is your personal development worth your relationship? The answer should always be my personal development is worth anything but the other person. And I'm talking to you, my partner. Listen up, partner. You want somebody that is an amazing person. You want somebody that goes after what they want and reach their full potential. Well, guess what? You got that person. So since you have that person, you have to now figure out if that's what you really want. As my partner, I tell my partner in the very beginning of my relationship, this is where I see myself going. This is what I say to other people. When I told people about what was going on with my life, okay, how I met my partner and the things that I say to my partner, you know, some people laugh at me and be like, that's why you're single, because you say those things. And, you know, I never took it negatively. I took it positive because I was single for 5 years. I never took it negatively because I'm not going to settle just to say that I have somebody. You're not going to treat me bad. You're not going to treat me horrible. You're not going to treat me the way that you want to treat me. and me not say anything just so I can say that I'm married or I have a partner or whatever the case may be. My personal development as anybody should be number one. The personal development with myself and the personal development with God, that should be number one anyway. So if you have a partner that has a problem with your personal development, then that's not who your partner is supposed to be. That's not who God put for you, because God is not going to put us together with people who are going to shortchange us. Personal growth shines a light on who's really growing with you. Let me say that again. Personal growth shines a light on who's really growing with you and who's actually holding you back. And let me tell you, my personal growth that I've been in, that's some of you that know me, that's exactly why you know me and don't see the people that used to be around me, because nobody believes in you like you. But when you get a partner that actually really truly believes in you, that is a game changer. Versus a partner that doesn't really believe in you, or that believes in what they want to believe in with you. That's 90% of you people out here married. Now, let me just stop saying that. That is a lot of you guys out here that have partners, and you guys cannot wholly say my partner believes in my personal development. I want y'all to ask that question to yourself and ask that question to your partner. Do you believe in my personal development? Because I bet you guys know that answer already. Excuse me. Okay. Guess what? It's time for Red Flag, Green Flag, where we call it how we see it when it comes to balancing relationships and growth, right? Okay. So as always, we start out with the red flags here, but I'm going to go ahead and start out with a green flag. I think I did this last time. It's been a minute since I did red flag, green flag, but I think I'm going to start with the green flag here. We're going to go green flag, red flag, green flag, red flag, okay? We're going to start with the green flag and we're going to end with a red flag. Okay, so a green flag is something that you guys, everybody wants, everybody yearns for. It doesn't matter how many times you guys say it or if you don't say it. This is something that every breathing thing wants. We are loved ones celebrating your wins, even when they're not part of them. Okay. I have an auntie that I can text her anything and she will, oh, congratulations, or yay, that's good for you. And she actually helped me put together my intro and outro that I have now, which when I do see her, we got to go through it again. And she's going to help me redo some things because she tells me the truth. She told me one day I sent her my outro and she says, I don't want to hear all that. That's a lot. And I understood what she said. I sent her my intro and outro and that's what she said. She said, I don't want to hear all that. So I loved it because she didn't just say yes because I was really excited about these intros and outros that I sent her. And she just was like, yep, nope, I don't want to hear all that. Make them shorter. And it was just straight to the point. It wasn't negative. It wasn't, oh my God, you're just talking so much and why are you saying all that? It wasn't any of that. It was straight to the point. I don't want to hear all that. Make it shorter. And I accepted it. And I thanked her for that too. I don't know if she's ever listened to one of my podcasts, but she knows that she did and she knows that she helped me with my intro and outro. So that is a green flag. It felt really good that she even took time out of her day to even listen to it and then just tell me, nope, make it shorter. It's too long. It's this, it's that. And I really thanked her for that. And that was positive. That felt so good. I have a few people like that in my life. My kids are definitely like that in my life. My son, oh my God, my son will celebrate every win for me. And it doesn't matter when the win was, where it was. My son will always celebrate. My girls always celebrate with me as well. My girls, they want to know a little bit more details, so I got to tell them how, what, when, who, and where. My son is different. I just tell him about the win and he's like, all right, cool. That's cool. It's good, Mom. That's good. Good. But yes, so the red flag to bounce off of that. Your friends and your family gives you a guilt trip when you prioritize self-care. Right? When you say, hey, I can't come this Sunday because I want to, or I need to, or I have to for me. Whether it's I want to, I need to, or I have to, but the ending is for me. And they start giving you a guilt trip, or they start saying, girl, you can do that whenever, or you don't need to do that, or oh, if you stop running around with your friends, you can do that, taking time away from your family. I've heard it all. So I have heard it all. So that's a red flag, guys. And it is okay for you to say, no, I'm not coming. And that's it. It's okay, because guess what? Your real true friends and your real true family will get over that, and they will understand that, hey, you just need time for yourself. Sometimes turn this into a positive. Your friends and family will start realizing, man, maybe I need to do that for me, because they see a difference in you. So again, be a game changer, right? Green flag. Someone cheers you on when you choose yourself, even if it means less time together. I will say that I've had my fair share of friends and people who cheers me on. I have a friend right now. She is a coworker, and we really only talk at work. We do talk after work. Don't get me wrong. I have a garden, and she has a flower garden, and she cheers me on. She encourages me, even when it is goofy stuff. Even when I say, hey, I told her the other day, guess what I'm getting? I want a bee farm. And she looked at me and said, listen here, little girl. She says, you do it. That's cool. I bet you can do it. I know that just seems like something that you would want to do. But yeah, I'm not doing it. And where are you going to put these bees at? Crazy lady. But she encourages me. I know that was a little off topic, but the point is she actually just encourages she don't get me wrong. She did tell me that's a crazy thing. She did tell me that. Don't get it twisted. She told me, yeah, you're crazy, but that's you. And if you want it, then that's wonderful. I would love to see or hear about it when you have it up and running. That's what she said, not see. She said hear. So get you some people like that in your life that encourages your crazinessism. Yes, I made that up. But they encourage your crazinessism. Like, I had a birthday, and my brother took me and we jumped out of the, what am I trying to say? Airplane. We jumped out of the airplane. And I knew once I did that, I knew I can do anything in this world. I knew not one person can stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do. I jumped out of an airplane. I can do anything. Red flag, the last red flag we have here. Someone gets mad at you for setting boundaries instead of respecting them. Again, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Boundaries is for yourself, your peace, your inner calm, your mental, your physical, and your emotional state of being. If you want that to be the best that it can be, the purest that it can be, then you have to set some boundaries. And it's okay to set boundaries, guys. It is okay. Alrighty, so ending that Pillow Talk Confession, guys, we're going to jump into one of the other segments. Stop feeling like you're falling short. Remember, there was 3 things that we were going to do. How to set boundaries without guilt. Why personal growth sometimes means losing people. And then how to stop feeling like you're constantly falling short or apart. So this is the stop feeling like you're falling short or apart segment, right? Because to be honest, between social media, family expectations, your personal goals, your W-2, it's easy to feel like you're not doing enough. I feel like that daily, like I could be doing something different. And then when I tell people, oh, this is what I do, they tell me, oh, wow, that's a lot. And I think to myself, it's not a lot. Now that I'm out of college, and I'm still debating on whether I'm going back next year or not, but now that I'm out of school, I see that I have lots of more time. When I was in school, and yes, it was online, I didn't have time. I studied before class. I studied before work. I studied after work. I did homework before work. I did homework after work. So I was always doing homework. Now it's like I have no clue what to do with myself because I have so much time. But I don't, because I run a tea company. I run a music company. I run this podcast, and I do all my edits, and I create all my social media edits, and so I do a lot. And then I run a garden. And then I have a family. And I'm a Gigi. I do a lot. But it's not daily. So here's what I want you to remember. Growth doesn't look the same for everybody. Progress isn't always loud or Instagram worthy. My goodness, not everything needs to go on social media. Nobody on social media knows that you need to be having a rest day. Nobody on social media needs to know that you're doing rest and recharge day, unless that is your program, right? Rest is also part of success. I don't know how much I tell people, rest, rest, rest. You guys need sleep. You're feeling sluggish. Your mental, your body, everything regenerates while we're asleep. I tell people all the time, y'all laugh at me because I go to sleep early. I wake up early. My day is almost finished when you guys are getting up and starting to feel normal. By lunchtime, my day is finished. By lunchtime, some of you are just now really kind of waking up and feeling good because you had a sluggish morning. By lunchtime, I'm ready to start the second part of my day, just to start a third part of my day. Whew. Building an empire takes a lot of work, and I've been lazy building my empire. That's why it's been slow. But man. Let me tell you, it takes a lot of work, okay? Sometimes the reason you feel like you're falling short is because you're measuring your journey based on someone else's ruler. That was so true. This podcast has been like 2 to 3 years in the making, maybe even a little bit longer. It's had a couple of different names. I'm working on my book. Now that I got my podcast up and running, I'm working on pretty much my book. My book basically it's the journey behind the mic. That's pretty much what it is. How I got started in this pillow talk, in this podcast. You have to measure your journey by your own ruler. Set what you want to do for you, not for anybody else. Because the people your audience, you do your thing and the audience will come. And when I say do your thing and the audience will come, I'm not talking about, oh, go do your thing on the stage. Oh, go do the mic. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. What I am speaking of is changing the direction in your life for the positive. That means changing the people that you hang out with. That means focusing. I saw somebody today, my little goddaughter. I haven't seen her in a long time. I saw her today. She came over, and she's going to be on one of my podcasts, the Society podcast, because she just turned 30, I believe. She's a few years older than my daughter. She said something today that I've never heard your generation say. Your 20s or even some early 30s. I'm going to say early 30s. But all this generation out here, what she said was, I had to change my way of thinking. I had to change my mental capacity. And that changed the people I hung around. Man, oh man, oh man. All I can say is, I'm ready for that daughter of mine to have the same idea. Because the people she hangs around with, bleh. Sorry, I had to get something to drink. Sorry. I'm waiting for my tea to get done, guys. I'm steeping my tomorrow tea. Yes, I am. And I'm doing the Drippy Hog tonight, actually, because I wanted some peach. I'm not the biggest peach person, but I like our peach Bellini, Drippy Hog peach Bellini tea. And it has a hint of peach in it. So I like that one. If you want more peach Bellini, you can order an extra side of peach Bellini. But it's wonderful. It tastes really good. So I'm waiting for that to be cool enough for me to drink it. Sorry. You guys know that statement, right? The grass is greener. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. So tonight, I want you to give yourself some grace. Matter of fact, I want you to ask God for grace. Stop beating yourself up for not being there. Yet, whatever there means here, whatever that even means, look at yourself and look at how far you've already come. That right there should be positive enough for you to continue your journey. lights, lens, legacy. Andromeda Galaxy Vision is your portal to powerful storytelling. From film and music videos to branded content and visionary visuals. We don't just shoot, we craft universes. Step into a galaxy where your vision becomes iconic, bold, artistic, and elevated. Welcome to Andromeda Galaxy Vision, media that transcends. Cornbread and loud music. Okay. Like I said, guys, we're getting ready to get into this new segment I did. It's a fun segment. It is called Would You Drop It or Would You Like It? So, basically, I want to know, you're going to play along. I want you to hit us up on Let's Talk Pillow Talk. I want you to DM me your answers, okay? Because I really want to know. You got 4, okay? We have, the first one is, your cousin expects you to cancel your weekend plans for a last-minute family barbecue. Are you liking it, which is hold on tight, or are you dropping it and letting it go? This first one, guys, I'm telling you right now, depends on what my weekend plans are. And again, these answers are so... I know some of y'all saying, I can't just say this, I can't just say that. Exactly, you're absolutely correct. It really depends on what my weekend plans are. If I had weekend plans to stay inside and clean my closet, I know that I can put that into going to the family barbecue. I know I can go to a family barbecue, stay for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and still come back home and clean my closet. But if I have plans where I'm going out with somebody or I'm going to do this and I bought tickets or whatever that may be, then no, I will not cancel my family plans for a last minute barbecue. So I'm going to cancel my plans for a last minute family barbecue. I will not. So I'm going to drop that. Now, your best friend only calls when they need something but ghosts you otherwise. Y'all, I don't even have to say anything about this. This is no longer my best friend, so I'm dropping it. Boom, dropping it. Y'all tell me. Again, y'all use that word best friend a lot and y'all use it loosely. I don't use that word a lot and I don't use it loosely. I don't. Sorry. You finally found a hobby you love, but your friend says it's a waste of time. Are you dropping it or are you locking it? Well, from personal experience, guys, I just started gardening in April, and let me tell you, everybody talks about it, but guess what? I locked it. Yes, I did. I held on tight to that gardening, and I will be gardening from this point on. I can't wait to get land, have my own Sparky Gardens, Sparky Farms. I can't wait. I'm excited. So the last one, your partner wants you to skip your self-care day to hang out with their friends. This is so funny because I think it was Wednesday. We were in class and I'm teaching right now. I'm teaching some new hires. And we were in class, and on Wednesday, the new hire said, "Oh, I'm super excited about this week." I asked him, I said, "Do y'all have any weekend plans?" Because I said, I'm going to a wedding and all that good stuff. And my new hire said, "I have no plans for the first weekend, and I'm super excited to do my very first self-care day." Excuse me. So see, she was so excited I cannot wait to get back to class tomorrow to ask her what her self-care day it consisted of and was she able to stick with it. So yeah, I'm not skipping my self-care day at all, especially to hang out with my partner's friends. That's a drop it for me. That's a drop it. I'm not sticking. I'm sorry. That's a lock it. I'm sticking with my self-care day, or however you guys want to do that, right? DM me at Let's Talk Pillow Talk _ Let's Talk at Pillow Talk. No, Let's Talk Pillow Talk _ Man, okay. That was just something that I had to do some questions, because all 4 of those I actually had dealings with this week or last week. A friend of mine, just people, saying, "Hey, what would you do? Hey, what would you do?" So I just thought I'd put those in there and just, hey, take it away, right? If there's one thing I want you to remember, it is this. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I know you guys have heard that before. You can't pour into a cup if your cup is empty. So choosing you is not betrayal. And the people who truly love you will grow with you, not against you. Before we close, let me leave you with this. Couple of affirmations. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Outgrowing people doesn't make you disloyal, it makes you evolving. And falling short? Nope. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Let me say that to you again. Do you think you're falling short? Nah. You're exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. Take a deep breath, let go of the guilt, and choose you. Who in your life truly makes space for your growth? And who makes you shrink? Think about it, journal about it, and let it guide your next move. Thank you for vibing with me on Pillow Talk. Make sure you guys subscribe, share this episode, and connect with me on IG at Let's Talk Pillow Talk _ and at YouTube, Let's Talk Pillow Talk. Until next time, take care of yourself because you're worth it. If this hit home for you, or you know someone who needed to hear this, go ahead and follow Pillow Talk wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all of that. And for the behind the scenes tea, bonus confessions, and some unfiltered laughs, follow and subscribe to Let's Talk at Pillow Talk on YouTube. That's where the real combo continues. Want to slide in my DMs or just need to vent? Email us at letstalkatpillowtalk@gmail.com. You've just been wrapped in the warmth of Pillow Talk. Drift off knowing this. Your heart deserves peace. Your love deserves presence. And you deserve someone who shows up for you. Until next time, sleep soft, speak your truth, never shrink to be seen, and let them earn your energy. I'm DestinyShanee. Thanks for coming up with me tonight.